broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Uh, Good evening, everyone that's out on the East Coast. Good afternoon, everybody on the West Coast. And I see that we even got a few callers in tonight from the webinar from Asia. So good morning to you guys out in Asia. We typically do these our webinars sort of like 7 o'clock Pacific time, but I thought we'd move it up a few hours, a couple hours, just because of the importance of this webinar, so we could get more people involved from the East Coast. There's just so many questions that we're getting about Penguin. People's sites have been decimated. We've been working, a lot of people. Our staff has literally been on overdrive. Just, we've been doing quite a few site reviews, working with clients, one-on-one, hands-on. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. A lot of the things we learned, post Penguin, on how we've been able to get some client sites back up, things that you might want to avoid doing on your website if you have not been doing them, so you don't get slapped down because of Penguin. But before we start, we just kind of like to do just some general house keeping things. What we're going to be doing tonight, again, this is going to be a webinar about building links post Penguin. We do have another webinar tomorrow night. Hopefully everybody sees my screen. Jeanette, just let me confirm, you do see my screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that Jeanette sees the screen. If she sees the screen, everybody should be seeing the screen. So right now, I'm just basically on our website, SEOtrainingsw.com. Those of you that have not been on our website, we got a lot of great information on our website. We do record these webinars. This webinar is going to be recorded. We'll have it on our website, so if there's something you missed, you certainly could come back in here. Tomorrow, we're going to have another webinar. I'm real excited about this webinar. This is we're going to have one of our associates, Chris Lang. Chris is probably one of the best known Google Plus experts that's out there in the country. Chris has been doing some magnificent things as far as Google Plus goes. He's learned a lot, and he's going to be talking about the truth about Google Plus in this webinar. Those of you that have been ignoring Google Plus, please don't, because it's a very, very powerful link building tool if you know how to use it properly. It's a Google property, guys, and Google likes to, give preference to its own properties like YouTube, FeedBurner, and things like that. And there's actually, I don't even know these things that Chris is going to be talking about, because he's going to surprise me also. He's going to be talking about some hidden applications that are hidden within inside Google Plus. And other people, other internet marketers that are in your particular niche, or if you're doing SEO for client stuff, if you have an agency, I don't even know about them. So Chris is going to share that with us tomorrow. Chris is also going to share with us some tips that he uses to get his YouTube videos up in the top 10. Chris is very, very effective with YouTube videos, as well as I am. If you do any searches on radar detectors, you can see, I'm just knocking it out of the ballpark. And that's partly due because a lot of Chris Lang's tips on YouTube, things that he shared with me. So we'll be talking about how to get your YouTubes to rank in the top 10, and some really drastic changes Google has made to their algorithm and how they're ranking their site. And a lot of that we're going to be covering tonight with Google Penguin. Here, last year was Google Panda. Some of you on the call tonight, might have got penalized because of Panda. And then all of a sudden, Google Penguin comes along, and Penguin's knocked a lot of sites out of it. So that's what our main focus is going to be on tonight, Penguin. If you do have any questions during our webinar tonight, please do me a favor. Please, I get somebody here, Tom Wilkerson. You don't see the screen. Tom, if you could type in that, if anybody else is okay, Tom's got the screen now. Okay, good. Michael Smith, you lost sound. I'm assuming because Tom just said he got the sound, that you might want to check your speakers. And I got a question here from Michael. I just lost my mouse. Let me get my mouse back over. I don't know. My mouse just died on me. This is great in a webinar, right, guys? Jeanette, what do you see the question that Michael had? I guess Michael's his question is, will we be sending out a notice of where this is going to be posted? Yeah, we're going to be emailing everybody exactly where this is going to be posted. So
No, I'm not seeing his questions.
Okay. You're not seeing the questions. Okay, my mouse on my right screen died. Perhaps we'll get it back here a little later on. All right, we're going to be talking about Google Penguin tonight, and we're specifically, how to build links on Google Penguin. That's what the most uh, that's what the focus is going to be on. If you're going to need, I know lots of folks on this call tonight that might have been penalized. I see a couple names. I know that you've been penalized. Might have reverted to some black hat methods. Maybe you've used Scrapebox or some of the other tools. Maybe you belong to a blog network, and you know that stuff just doesn't work anymore. So we're going to be focusing on some things that we're doing, we've done with our clients. We know this stuff works. And it's basically, using white hat link building strategies. And by using white hat strategies, it's going to drive better traffic to your site and improve your, return on your investment. Penguin really is a wake-up call for a lot of us in search engine optimization, SEO. Millions have had their sites drop in the rankings. It affected 3.1 of English sites and a larger percentage of highly spammed languages. And those of you that have used aggressive non-natural SEO, those of you that might have used Scrapebox, used private blog networks, you know that, guys, that stuff doesn't work anymore. And so you might be on this call tonight scratching your head, hey, what am I going to do for building my links now? I went from the number one position, and all of a sudden I'm on the 100th page. What do we need to do here? And, kind of an example, I know Carol's on the call tonight. She's going to be at our workshop. We're going to have a workshop we'll speak about a little later on. It's going to be next weekend. We're going to spend a whole day really going into a lot more deeper things that we're going to be discussing on tonight's call. And it's going to be a full day workshop. But Carol's going to be there, and just kind of give you a little background what happened to Carol. Carol was number one in her niche since 1996. She started very, very early on with her website. And on April 24th, she got smacked down because of the Penguin. Penguin came across her site, and she was number one, and now she's ended up on the 100th page of Google someplace. It really, she called me up. She was very stressed. In fact, she was at the verge of tears. I mean, here she's having to lay off people within her company. She's got, stock in, of these devices or products that she sells, and the phone stopped ringing, orders stopped coming in, and she was at a loss exactly what to do. So, we helped her out and we learned a lot of things. But, one of the biggest things we learned through this entire process at Google Penguin, there's a ton of bull crap out there. And, Penguin is a lot more than having crappy links linking to your website. Yes, it's important that you know, Penguin that does focus if you have crappy links, but that's not the prime focus of that. There's other things that it focuses on. And a lot of it, what it focuses on, 35%, which I think is a significant number, focuses on three specific on-page SEO factors. So the remainder is really, talks about on-site, off-site SEO, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, a lot about the off-site SEO. During our workshop, we're going to be hammering away, really going into some on-site SEO factors. We've been doing quite a few personalized one-on-one consulting. We'll be talking about that. We're doing basically about one or two a day right now. So we're real busy with that. But we're seeing, we've worked on a number of sites just on-page SEO. And Carol is a good example. Again, I spoke about Carol. We just focused initially on her on-page SEO because that's where she took the biggest hit. And she now gone from the, she was number one. She went to the 100th page. She's now back to number 8 for her first keyword term. And she's now number 1, number 2 for some of her long tail keyword phrases. And that took probably about 30, 45 days to do that. And here's a few other things we learned through this entire process. The old school method of SEO of just building links just does not work anymore. Content is no longer king. All right, you might have heard me in the past, those of you that attended my workshops, content is king, and he who has the most backlinks wins. It doesn't work that way, guys, no more. What is king now is engagement. Your on-site SEO plays a very important role in today's online marketing. So your on-page factors, again, 35% of Penguin is really involving your on-page SEO. And Penguin's main focus, the other percentages, is Penguin's looking at who is linking to you and why they're linking to you. So the focus of this webinar is we're going to be talking about all-site backlinks, and I'm going to use an analogy by David McBee. David and I have been working very closely together during this entire Penguin fiasco, or whatever you want to call it. And his website is davidmcbee.com. Those of you who like to visit his website, but I love the analogy he uses on his website. And you guys, think of your website as an ice cream sundae. Your website is the vanilla ice cream. And on top of that vanilla ice cream, you have whipped cream, you have some marshmallows, you have some chocolate chips, whatever you're going to put on your sundae. You might have some bananas if you like a banana split. Well, all of a sudden, Google Penguin came along and said, okay, those chocolate chips you have on your website, those are olives. And those bananas you having in your sundae, they're jalapeno peppers or pickles. And your ice cream sundae don't taste good to me anymore. And because you got a crappy ice cream sundae, according to the Penguin, you're not number one no more. We're going to put you over here on the 100th page of Google. So that's a really good analogy that David has used. And really what it comes down to, these are your choices post-Penguin. Those of you that are in internet marketing, your number one choice, get out of internet marketing and altogether and find a job. And I'm just, I'm not going to mention any particular people by name or any particular followers of people or, whom they follow. But I got a pretty good Facebook following, and those of you that know me, that I do speak at other venues, and some of the people that been out there for years and years and years got smacked down by Google Penguin real hard. And one individual I know is now working at Walmart. He was making, I would say a sizable amount of money every month, and doing his internet marketing. His internet marketing focused on made for AdSense websites. Basically, what a made for AdSense website is that you put some content up on your website. It might be scrape content. In his case, it was all scrape content. You put some AdSense on the website, and somebody comes on that website. They hate the website. What are they going to do? They're going to click on an AdSense ad, and they're going to, he got paid some money, and he was doing very well. But Penguin came along and decimated that company of his. And that's what his whole business model was. And, he was making pretty good money, but he was going out and, buying fancy cars and, fancy this and fancy that. And when Penguin came along, he had nothing saved up in the bank. So today he's working at Walmart. Choice number 2 is change the toppings back into sweet toppings. And this basically means going out to where you have all these backlinks, people, and changing the anchor tags. Let's say your website sold blue widgets, and that was your main focus term: blue widgets, buy blue widgets, best blue widgets. You're going to have to go in there and change all those anchor tags into something else, and that is extremely it's very difficult to do that, especially if you're using outsourcers in the Philippines or in India to build up your backlinks, because you don't know really what they built up your backlinks to be. So now you got to go out and find out all these backlinks and find if there was a username and password to change those backlinks, or maybe even kill them off altogether. So sometimes too doesn't work out. Choice number 3 is to dilute the toppings by adding more ice cream and other fresh content or fresh good toppings. And basically what you're doing is, you have pickles in your ice cream now, you have olives in your ice cream. Well, if you get a bunch more ice cream and you get a bunch more whipped cream and you get a bunch more chocolate chips and a bunch more cherries, you're going to dilute that. And eventually, by diluting all the, your ice cream sundae with good stuff, you're going to wash out, those pickles so you don't taste the pickles anymore. The 4th choice So start all over again with a brand new ice cream sundae, and that means basically a brand new website. Some of you, you know, just might be in it too deep. You have 4 million links to your website, and they're all scrape box links. They're all black hat links, and there's just no possible way you're going to go out there and build 4 million good links, or let's say 8 million good links to dilute. So you might have to start off with a brand new website, guys. That's a choice. Fortunately, we haven't come into that scenario yet working with any clients. I'm probably will, but not yet. All the clients we've come to us, we were able to help them by diluting their toppings. And there's a lot of less competition out there, folks. Um, I was talking to, we have an outsourcer out in India that does some of our WordPress stuff. Um, and, his focus was basically building links. And he's out of, I mean, his company's decimated. Nobody wants to go to India or go to the Philippines anymore for building backlinks. And, they're not making any money anymore. And India and the Philippines isn't a really good place to look for white hat SEO people, all right? Because they've been gaming the system for so long. So those of you here in the U.S., there's a great opportunity for you guys. Those of you that want to get into white hat SEO, you want to get into this full time. Um, more and more businesses are looking here in the U.S. for people to do their SEO because they don't trust it anymore. You have a business and you're depending on having that business be a legacy business. What I mean by a legacy business, something like what I had when I had Radar Busters. We were number one for years and years and years for radar detectors, and that was something I was able to sell for a sizable amount of money. And I was fortunate that I was able to take a year off and do some things I wanted to do. And that website was built entirely on white hat SEO. So it was a legacy business, something I could pass on to my children if I wanted to, something I could sell. If you're doing black hat stuff, Penguin comes along and it's going to wipe you out. You don't got anything to sell. And I'm going to use a gentleman. I'm not going to say him by name, but we were working with a client here just a couple days ago, and he was number one in his niche, and he was doing all black hat SEO, and he was offered a ton of money for his website. And today that website really isn't worth anything anymore because he's no longer number one. He is probably, on 120 or 130th page of Google, and that business isn't worth anything anymore. So, how important are backlinks, guys? Well, they're very important. Google's algorithm, shows this. This is some things taken. Those of you familiar with SEO Moz, they got a lot of good information in there. But you're seeing that a greater percentage of the pie is off-site SEO and backlinks. Again, 38% of your everything is your on-site SEO. And now social media is really playing a very integral part of your strategy. And you're going to see your social metrics, this little piece of the pie, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I see Giselle on the call tonight, and I'm sure Giselle's just perking up right now because that means a lot more business for her. She's a social media whiz here in Arizona. She is an associate of ours. And people are moving away from building links over in India, and they're coming back here. And hey, Facebook's important, Google Plus is important, Twitter's important. So again, those of you that are into SEO or you want to do SEO here in the States, the opportunities are opened up for you guys. And here's the SEO pyramid on the right. Right on top of that pyramid is social. All right. SEO Moz is saying that the social aspect of your backlinks is probably the most important part of it right now. Your tweets on Twitter, Facebook likes, Facebook shares, Google Pluses. This is digs, getting digs, YouTube comments, YouTube likes. So that's coming on. That's on top of the pyramid right now, according to SEO Moz. Link building is a secondary part of it. Keyword research. I disagree with this. I think still keyword research is very, very important because if you don't do your keyword research properly, it's just not going to work. But this is what SEO Moz is saying. So how are we going to recover post Penguin? Well, if we're going to pick number 3, you dilute the ice cream. You got to replace lost link juice. So basically, what this means, links that were associated with your account, your website, have been discounted by Penguin, as Google felt you were trying to game their system. So what you need to do is replace these lost links with links that Google feels are acceptable links to improve your link profile. And this is what we're talking about, link profile. Guys, I'm going to just go back to Scrapebox because that's probably one of the, most well-known black hat tools out there, one of them anyway. Prior to April 22nd, you could use Scrapebox. You could run it during the evening, and you wake up in the morning and you have 10,000 links to your website. Wow. And in about 2-3 weeks, you'd be number 1 because none of your competitors knew anything about Scrapebox because now you had like 2 million links to your site. Don't work no more. Slow and steady wins the race. All right. If Google sees a sudden influx of links, it's a flag. It's going to look and see, where are these links coming from? Are they all from blog comments? Are they all from this or that? And if it sees that these links are just only coming in from one segment, it's going to hurt you. You need to diversify your link sources. All right. And we're going to be talking about that, exactly what that means. And again, please, if you've been using Scrapebox, XRummer, some of these black hat tools, get rid of them. They don't work no more. You need to buffer your link juice. You need to add tiers. Blogs still work as long as these blogs are in your niche. Social sites, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, these work very, very well. Bookmarks still work. Directories, best of the web, botw.org, still a very important link. If you go to our website, you could actually get a discount because we have I think it's like 4 or 5 posts back. Those of you that don't have a bestoftheweb.org link, if you want to get a little discount, you could go to our website, SEO Training. I think it's on the second, it was about 2 months ago we had that discount. Yahoo, having a link in the Yahoo directory. DMOZ, if you could get one. Those are still very, very important links to get. You got to break any linking patterns that you might have had. Avoid these link schemes. Most importantly, you need to avoid leaving a footprint. All right? Avoid leaving a footprint. All these clients that we've been working with over the past month, 2 months, I should say most of the clients, have left a footprint of these backlinks. Reciprocal linking doesn't work anymore. We'll be talking a little bit about that. It used to be if you had a website, you found somebody, you just swap links. Reciprocal links used to be very powerful. Don't work no more. Don't even bother it. Reciprocal links. Link pyramids, or I would link to you. You would link to let's say Jeanette, and Jeanette would then link to me. No, those don't work anymore. So if you're still using reciprocal links or these little link, you link to me, I link to you, and just make this link chain, they don't work no more because that's leaving a footprint. These are things we're doing, building links post Penguin, and we're going to go into quite a bit of detail exactly of what each of these mean. Backlinking must appear natural. All right, bang that in your brain. It must appear natural. You must have a wide variety of incoming links. And these are some of the things we're doing. Text links ads, explain what that is. In content links, pre-sale pages, directories. Again, Yahoo, SEO, DMOZ, if you could get there. Best of the web, very powerful link. We're doing link wheels. Link wheels still work if you're going to do them properly. Form links still work if you do them properly. This is where we've been hitting out of the ballpark. We've been using these for most of our clients, and these are infographics. Those of you not familiar with what an infographic is, you'll see an example a little later on. And then it's this long graphic that explains. I'm in the process right now of putting together an infographic on how to beat a speeding ticket. All right, and that's going to be for radardetector.org. And I'm positive that infographic is going to show up all over the place, all right, on how to beat a speeding ticket. Uh, and getting those out there, distributing those. Webmaster outreach. This is something we're starting to do right now. We're part of an webmaster outreach program specifically right now for social media. Right now, we have our webmaster outreach program. We have 25,000 users, uh, real users. These aren't Fivers. Those of you who've been using Fiverr, stop. Please quit it. All right. Fiverr crap don't work no more. Um, Basically, these are real people that are using Facebook every day, or using Twitter every day, that are using Google Plus every day. Um, Chris might talk a little bit about that tomorrow. A little bit about his outreach program. But we're we're not setting, because that outreach program is so large. We have 25,000 people involved in this today, that we're not leaving a footprint. Guest post blogging works very much, and then again the social media. And right now we're using the social media really well with the webmaster outreach program. So these are the things that are still working. And again, those of you that might not be familiar with what these mean, I'll go into detail of what they mean here right now. These are what your text links ads are. Um, Now this is very, very important, guys. You need to, any links that you're going to get, make sure that they're relevant for your search term. This is a travel website. This website is talking about, things that are happening in the travel industry. And it would not be uncommon that you see on the sidebar other resources. So in this case, it's Florida vacations, cheap plane tickets, all right? Those have something to do with the travel industry. The moment I put a link on that says radar detectors on a travel website, it's going to break it. It is not going to work anymore, all right? Because Google Penguin is looking at those links on that particular page or on that particular website to make sure that they're relevant. All right. How do you get these links? Well, if you're in the travel industry, you do a search for other businesses in your niche. All right. Travel. Good example, what I did with Radar Busters. Um, I would go out and I would search for other people that talked about radar detectors. I might be a blog or whatever like that. And I call them up. Don't send people email, guys. How often do you get an email in your email box? I like to buy a link, or I shouldn't say buy a link. I like to get a link on your website. What do you do with those? You throw them in the trash, right? Pick up the phone. All right. When I had Radar Busters, I'd call people up. Hey, you got this great article about the Valentine 1 radar detector, and you don't have any links on your radar. When you say radar detectors going to any websites, let me tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a free Escort 8500 radar detector that's valued at $300 if you would put that link going to my website. You're going to give me a $300 radar detector? Yeah. And within 2 or 3 hours, I'd have that link, and I'll be FedExing or UPSing that radar detector to them, and that link would be on their website. All right, they'd keep it up there. And please focus. Don't focus on just getting high PR websites. I'm only going to focus on getting PR4s, PR5s, PR6. You need to have a wide variety of websites that are linking to you, low to high, with low to high domain authority. Those of you who don't know how to register domain authority, the SEO Moz toolbar, it's $95 a month. You can see what the authority of it is of a website. But really, you just need to know that you need low and high. All right, low and high page rank. You want to really, have more. It looks more natural if you have low, a lot more websites that have low PR than high PR linking to you, and the same thing with authority. But make sure, please, please bang this into your brain, guys. Make sure that they're in your niche. If they're not in your niche, don't bother. All right. So the optimal solution here is to increase your link popularity and website visibility. Don't think of this as buying links is a dirty word in the industry. All right. Don't think of it as buying links. You're picking up the phone. You're doing a one-on-one consult. We have two people, that we work with. That's their job, to call up people, create relationships, no matter what niche you're in. Take the time and do this, guys, if you want to do it. And, it's going to help you out. Get these little text links ads if you may. Swap them a radar detector, maybe free forklift training. I see Tom on here. Maybe a free monitor or something like that, or pay them cash. And links in content. These are links that are going to appear in the content of blogs and other websites, and these still work. But make sure that these articles are on websites that are similar to your niche. You want to focus on exact keyword matches and convert them into a static link or anchor tags. Now, something I failed to mention that I'm going to mention, I'm going to mention a little later on. Get away from all your links being your main money keyword. This is extremely important. Something we found. You need to focus on your brand. And what is your brand? Is the name of your company or your website URL. Example, SEOtrainingsw.com is my brand. SEO Roadmap is my brand. SEO Training SW is my brand. You want to have a significantly more links with your brand than you have with your main money keyword. It looks more natural, okay? So stop with this idea, well, I sell radar detectors and every link going to my website has to be radar detectors and they need to be going to my homepage. No, right? You need to have them go to your deeper level pages, start getting some of these longer tail keywords. Because remember, what you're trying to do if you've been smacked down by Penguin is dilute the ice cream. And the way you're going to dilute it is getting those branded keywords coming to your website that dilute all those radar detector links you might have in Scrapebox, as an example. All right. So you want to dilute those. Focus on your brand, folks. And news article. I know I'm going to be talking about press releases here in the next slide, one of the next slides, and that's probably one of the best ways to do that. This is a great solution for driving search engine crawling and driving direct traffic to your website. You find a website that's in your niche that will allow you to write an article, because I write the articles, folks, but I will write the articles in their term and in the language, like radardetector.org. I speak as Radar Roy, all right? And if somebody was to contact me that was in the 12-volt industry, I would want to make sure that that blog post or that article on my blog was using my voice. So they might write, I'm sure they would write, I wouldn't write it unless they paid me a lot. But I would write the article if that was something I wanted, and on my voice, have the article written in my voice, I should say, and I would go through it to make sure that it appears natural, that this doesn't all of a sudden not talking about buy Viagra, all right? Because the moment I took that article to buy Viagra, that I take Viagra and put that on radardetector.org, I just killed my website, all right? And that link's not going to be any good. So make sure they're in your niche, guys, when you're doing this stuff. Pre-sale pages, and all pre-sale pages is similar to what we just talked about, but a pre-sale page is more trying to sell the product, if you may. All right. If you look at radardetector.org, good example of pre-sale pages. This is my website. They're reviews, but there's right there a buy button. I don't sell radar detectors anymore, guys. I'm an affiliate, but I got the buy button right there. You buy that, you go to another website. We do a 301 redirect using a tool because Google hates affiliate websites. All right. So but because we got good content on there and things like that, we're able to kind of skirt that. But these are pre-sale pages, what it comes down to. It's a review, and if you like this review, if you want to buy it, press this little button right here, and you're going to take you to radarbusters.com, my old website. You buy the radar detector, I make 10%. I'm happy. I get a check every month, $4,000 or $5,000, because I'm an affiliate with Radar Busters. That's that's kind of nice money every month coming in, all right? So these are pre-sale pages. So look at, doing that. Those of you that might have a product that you sell, write up these pre-sale pages and find other websites in your niche and say, hey, look, I got this article here. I'll give you a radar detector. I'll give you a free certificate for forklift driving or whatever it might be. So, think about doing some of this stuff. Link wheels. Link wheels still work. remember I said there's a lot of bull crap out there about Penguin. Oh, link wheels don't work anymore. Bull crap. Link wheels do work. They're very, very effective if you're going to do them properly. All right. Look at this link wheel. My site, your site, in the center of that wheel. Do you see any of the outgoing links to any of those other websites in that link wheel? No, because these are all incoming links. These are all properties that I manage, that I own. All right. Web 2.0 sites, Blogger, Squidoo, Weebly, WordPress, Quizilla. All right. Remember this, guys. So when you're doing these link wheels, very, very important that you have to promote the promoters. You just don't put up a Squidoo page and just say, okay, I put up a Squidoo page. It now links to my website. I don't need to do anything. No. You need to add some Facebook likes. You need to tweet about that particular page. You need to put a link on it, a blog post to it from somewhere else. You're building up a wheel, all right? Link wheels still work. And these are great, guys. Link wheels are fantastic to balance out your other authoritative links that are coming to you. And what this means, I'm looking at the names. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know a couple of these, people on the call tonight have historically gone out. I'm looking for only page rank 7, 6s, and 5s that are going to link to my website. And they're pretty good links, but it don't look natural to Penguin because you don't have any low quality websites coming to link to your site. That's part of Penguin. So this is a good way to balance it out, that you're going to get some of these blogger sites, Squidoo blogs, and these low PR websites, these low authoritative pages linking to your website, because you need a lot more of those than you need these high page rank sites. And I got a storm coming in with thunder, so hopefully we can make this. It's pouring outside right now here in Morristown, Arizona. And these are also great for long tail keywords. If you have a local website, these rock for local websites. If you're a plumber in Dallas, Texas, if you have a computer shop in Wickenburg, Arizona, for local search, link wheels rock. They kick butt. These work very, very effectively. Testimonials and case studies. These work. If you could get a testimonial, like Wired Magazine. The best radar detector priced under $200. Wired Magazine, actually, the reason I have Wired Magazine in there is because I got a testimonial last week. Wired Magazine was doing a little article about radar detectors and how to beat tickets, because I'm sort of the, trusted, authoritative person in radar detectors. Wired Magazine called me up. And they interviewed me, and I told them what was the best radar detector under $200, and they quoted me. This radar detector is the best priced radar detector under $200, Radar Roy. And there's a link going to radardetector.org. All right. Carol's on the website, on the call tonight. This would be a great testimonial from Carol. She went from 53 to, for my website. I went from 53 position to number 2 position in just 3 weeks. Roy cleaned up, got rid of all that spammy crap on my website. You got my website to work. If Carol put that, she was in my niche per se, that'd be a great, link to come back to me. Forum links. Again, forum links got, a lot of people are talking on other places, other forums or whatever. Forum links don't work anymore. Bull crap. Forum links are very, very effective if you do them right. All right. And what we've been doing with forum links, guys, is, I'll find a forum that's in my particular niche. And then after I find that forum, I will find a power user on that forum. Somebody that's on there, once a week, twice a week, whatever it might be. And I will PM them. I'm not going to create a fake account and put a signature link on it, because I'm just going to be banned within 24 hours. I'm going to find a real user, and I'm going to PM that real user. And I'm going to say, hey, guy, why don't you say you bought one of my Escort radar detectors on radardetector.org, and Radar Roy is a really nice person, and he rocks. And the moment you do that, I'm going to PayPal you $250. And they PM me back or email me back, because I'll put my email address in there, and they say, you serious? I said, yeah. As soon as I see that on the forum, something Just tell me what your PayPal address is. And I'm just using $250 as an example, all right? That link's going to be on that form for a very, very long time. It's not one of those crappy signature links. It's going to look like a testimonial from a power user, okay? And I'm going to get that link juice back. That works, guys, all right? So pick up the phone, all right? Go to these forums, look for those power users in whatever niche you're in, and, reach out, talk to these people, PM them, and, look for those power users on the forum because these rock, guys. Infographics. This is what's been knocking it out of the ballpark for us. And I know it because we've done these infographics with other clients that we've been working with. An infographics basically sort of like a long graphic. And this was a cell phone company we worked with. And we talk about a minute a day keeps the data charges away a day of life of a cell phone. And this is how you can save money on using your cell phone. So it's this long graphic, it's an image. And what we do is right above the image, you say, you want to put this image on your website, just copy this code right here. All right. And you could have this free infographic on your website. All right. So they'll copy that and they'll put it on their website. All right. And we also contact publishers. All right. So I'm doing a infographic right now, how to beat a traffic ticket. So what type of publishers can I reach out to publish my infographic? Okay, think of those particular niches that might be out there, and I might pay them, or I might, make some kind of deal with them. But I'm going to have my infographic on some publishing websites. Very, very powerful way. An infographic, I've got, for a really good infographic, if you're not going to do it yourself, you're going to be paying anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 as an entry point. I know that's broad, all right. It's if you're going to do this yourself, you're going to save a lot of money. $1,000 on the low end is if you contact somebody that does this. If you basically sketch it out, wireframe it. If you do a wireframe for your infographic, look to spend about $1,000. If you just want the person to say, hey, look, I want you to come up with an infographic about how to avoid traffic tickets, just do it. And I'll pay you $3,000. So they'll come up with all the artwork, everything. These work. Now, it's a great way for link bait. Link bait is, putting real good, high quality content, and it's going to bring traffic to your website if you really got a good thing going for you. And guys, again, if you do have any questions during this webinar, please type them into the box in there. At the end, I'll have a contest, guys. The best question I get tonight is I'm going to go out to our Webmasters Network, and I'll get you 10 Facebook likes and 10 tweets on Twitter to whatever link you want on your website. I'll give that out tonight as for the person that asked the best question. I'll put that into our network tonight. So try to think of a good question. Jeanette is going to be moderating those questions. She's going to be asking me those questions, and I'll answer them. And Jeanette will pick the winner for tonight's best question. So let's put a prize in there. Let's make it a little fun. Think of some really good questions. Let's try to stump Radar Roy tonight. All right. So you do these infographics, and now you got to distribute them. All right. Again, I already mentioned those. We go out and we'll go out. We've already have a pretty good idea of a publisher network. We know how to do this. We've been teaching this now for years and years and years. Jeanette, who's on the call tonight, she's an associate of ours. She's been doing this for, years. She's been doing this longer than I have. All right. 15, 16 years. I've been in here. So we know these people. So we can go out and we could touch them. Hey, what's it going to take to put this infographic on your website? What do we have to do to get that on there? Our Webmaster Outreach Program, students that have been through our training. If I could find somebody that's in your niche through our, whatever niche you're in, I could look through, their class roster and then call one of those students up. Hey, here would you mind, what would you do? What is it going to take to get this infographic up there? So we could get out there and distribute this for you guys after you do this stuff for you. Social promotion rocks. Okay. Um, and we've done some very successful campaigns here within the last month using our Webmaster Outreach program. We're using aggregate sites like Dig, Regedit, Care2, StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, and we've been able to get roughly 750, depends on what niche you're in, but visitors, 750 to 10,000 visits from each of these promotions we've done for these websites. And we've had one that basically gone to 100,000 visits to that website. That was in the travel industry. They ran a promotion, a contest, and because what they're doing, got 100,000 visits on that. So we're using Dig, Regedit, Care2, StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Delicious. We're using the full spectrum of the social media properties that are out there. And we're seeing anywhere from 50 to 100 shares per bookmark. And they even go viral outside the community. These rock. They're very, very powerful. Again, if you're going to be doing these, stay away from Fiverr. April 23rd, I would say, yeah, use Fiverr. Pay $5 and get 200 Facebook likes. Don't do that today because it's a big stinking footprint. All right, because your promotion is going to be the same as the other guy that paid $5 for before you. Stay away from Fiverr. Webmaster Outreach, I already talked about this a little bit. One-on-one webmaster communications, and it's not, whatever niche you're in, I'm sure you know other people. Just try to make sure they're in your niche. All right, if you're doing local search, look at the people that are in your town, your community, where you can share links. All right, make sure you find link prospects that our links are 100% contextually relevant. The moment you put a link, let's say it's 12 volts. Again, I'm going back to the radar detectors. I have a link on this page for radar detectors. There's a link on that page for GPSs. And now the moment somebody drops a link on there for forklift training, I'm screwed. Because forklift training has nothing to do with 12 volts. All right. So think of, look at those other links that are on that page. All right. Make sure they're relevant. Google's looking at what other links are on that page. If they're irrelevant, it's going to knock it out. It's not going to count. Guest post blogging. All right. Focus on building 100% of these links with relevant websites. Find websites that are in your niche. Email the person. Say, hey, I'll write a guest post blog for you. If you're into SEO training, guys, I'm welcome you to write a guest post for us. All right. If you have something good that you want to share to our community, and you're into internet marketing, search engine optimization, affiliate marketing, anything in that, and you have a good post that you'd like to share that would link to your website, call me up, send me an email, and we'll talk. All right, and these are good for deep linking. You want to link to other deep links on your website. Directory submissions, again, these work. Submit to your site to high quality directories. All right, Yahoo directory, Best of the Web, DMOZ. Stay away from these spammy directories. If free link on our directory, stay away from it. Make sure that these directories are going to be reviewed. Yahoo directory, you're going to be $295 every year. They're going to be a reviewer. They don't guarantee you're going to get your money back. Best of the Web, there's going to be somebody that's going to review it. DMOZ, if you still could get in there. The DMOZ, if you're not familiar with it, used to be very easy to get into. It was run by is still run by two librarians out of Germany, but it got a little too big for them to manage, and they fired all their volunteer reviewers. I was the reviewer for radar detectors, so anybody that wanted to have a link in the radar detector niche, I had to review them. And I'll be honest with you, there were some people I didn't allow in. And it was not only me, it was other people in their particular niches. And because of that, there was very little policing. They just decided to shut that all down. You still could get links on DMOS, so don't get me wrong, but it's going to take you quite a while. You need to mix and match. Very, very important, guys. Please listen to this. You need to mix and match and diversify. Uh, so here on the little window here on the right, you see on month one, we might focus on doing a link wheel. Link number 2, we're going to be doing 10 forum links. Month number 3, we might do an infographic and an infographic distribution. Month 4, we might just focus on doing, the webmaster outreach, and we'll spread this out, and then when we're finally finished, what we're going to be doing, we'll wash, rinse, and repeat. We'll go back to month 1. We'll go back to the link wheel. We'll go back to forum links. We'll go back to infographics. So, just wash, rinse, and repeat. Does this stuff work, guys? Yeah. All right. But remember this, recovering from Penguin is not going to be overnight. The first thing you need to work on, guys, is work on your on-site optimization first. Because if you just go out here right now and start building these great links going to your website and your website is crappy, it ain't going to work. Work on your on-site optimization first. This is exactly, again, what we did. I'm sorry I'm picking on you, Carol. I know you're on the call. I know we've been successful in getting you back in there. And this is basically, Carol for May Money term. Right after Penguin, she was 98. About 21 days later, she was 22. And 35 days later, for her main money keyword term, she came back to number 7. I don't know where she's at today. I haven't checked it here within the last few days. But the last time I checked, she was number 7. She's slowly moving back up. Her secondary money term, she was knocked down to 76. Day 21, she was number 8. 35 days later, she was number 1. That phone began ringing. The shopping cart started taking orders again. All right. And she's now slowly recovering. All right. And that second thing you need to focus on is replacing your lost link juice. Things we just covered here within this call. All right. So please just don't go out here and just, oh, this is a great webinar, Roy. I know exactly what I need to do. I'm going to start building all these links. No. Start working on your on-site optimization first. All right, a little bit about this. We're going to just kind of toot my horn a little bit. SEO training, we've been named as the #1 SEO training firm here back in March 2012 by top SEOs. Very, very proud of that distinction. So yeah, we know a little bit about what we're talking about. These are some things we got coming up. If guys, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about this, if your site was penalized in Penguin, here are a couple things we can offer you. We're doing about 1 or 2 of these a day, believe it or not. And it's just not, we just don't call you up on the phone and spend 90 minutes with you. We go through your website for an hour or 2 prior to us even calling you. We put everything into a spreadsheet, and then we do call you up. It's basically a screen share. It's going to be a go-to-meeting. We record everything. We go through everything starting first on-site. This is what's screwed up on your website. This is what's broken on your website. This is what Penguin doesn't like. This is what you need to fix. And we spend 90 minutes with you going through your website, both on-site and off-site SEO. We record everything. All right. So like we're recording this webinar tonight. We're going to record this. And at the end of it, we're going to capture this, all put that on a USB drive, and we're going to mail that to you. And finally, we broke down your website. We're going to give you suggestions, and we're charging $397. Before Penguin, if you wanted a 60-minute phone consultation, it was $400. So right now you're getting 90 minutes for $397. So if you're interested, we have in the SEO tips area. We have that. Call me up or email me direct. My email is Roy at SEOtrainingsw.com. This is what I'm really going to be like you to consider. I know a lot of you might not be around Arizona, but it's going to be definitely worth the trip, guys, coming out here on July 28th. That's next Saturday. We're going to spend a full day out here in Morristown, Arizona. You come out to my house, our offices. We already have, several people that are signed up for this. And guys, I'll be honest with you. I didn't share everything with you. really what stuff I hold back, there's a lot of the on-page stuff. There's some really kick butt SEO, on-page SEO stuff that we didn't even touch on this call that I know works. There's even a few little things about Allsite that I didn't share with you. I didn't share everything with you. I shared probably the most important part of the Allsite SEO, so I'll be real clear with that. All right. Hopefully you got some value out of tonight, but we're going to go into a lot more detail. We're going to be working with you one-on-one, going through your website. Our lead programmer here will be here. His name is Steve. David, one of our partners, will be here. If we get enough people, we'll have Jeanette here. So we're just going to bang it out. We'll work on with you one-on-one and getting your site cleaned up. We'll have lunch. It'll be a catered lunch. We'll have some penguin pie and penguin cakes and panda pies, I guess you could say, and we'll share that. So be catered. And if you want to stick around after we ended at 5 o'clock, I got a keg of beer here, guys. Drink some beer. Have some chips, and we'll sit around and throw the bowl around a little bit. I'm not going to kick you out of 5. Typically, we stick around for a couple hours afterwards. Just shooting the crap, if you want to call it. So please, consider if you'd like to come out. It's on our website, SEO training. Spend a full day with us. So anyway, that's my presentation. I know there's quite a few questions that are out there. I'm going to ask Jeanette to moderate these questions if she would be so kind to do that for me. Again, the winner, Jeanette's going to select somebody who asked the best question tonight. And what I'll do is I'll get you 10 Facebook likes and 10 tweets to whatever page on your website. And please don't make it your home page. Make it an interior page, guys. And have that done for you here within the next week or so. So Jeanette, you want to start with the questions?
I would love to, however, I can't see the questions.
Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, I'll just give me a second here to drink the water here, and Jeanette, would you then be so kind as tell me who the winner is?
I can do that.
Okay, all right. Well, this is a good question. Who's Roy Ryer? All right, a little bit about me, and this is from Mark Goodman. All right, Mark, you're being a smart butt tonight. The dentist. Basically, I've been doing this stuff for years and years and years. A retired cop. After I retired, I started selling radar detectors. Great switch, right? Cop selling radar detectors, and we did very well. My moniker is Radar Roy, and that particular niche, still the third most used term searching for radar detectors. We sold radar busters in 2007 for a boatload of cash. Took a year off, did things I wanted to do, went through my bucket list, one of which is learn how to fly an airplane. And so I learned how to fly an airplane, and I got tired of watching Oprah and stuff like that, and decided that I'm going to get back into helping other people become successful. We can bring up this here. You see my airplane thing here. Let me bring up our website. And this is our main website here, SEOtrainingsw.com. Those of you who might not be familiar. Mike says hello. Hi, Mike. How are you doing, my friend? Do you guys use Unique Article Wizard? Nope. I have used it. I'm familiar with it. Nope. I stay away from anything like that today. And this is from Paul. Everything I write or have published today is all unique content. I'm not focusing on article websites. I'll do some Web 2.0. I'll might put something up on eZine article by hand because Google's very, very smart on spun content, and basically that's what Unique Article Wizard was doing. No, so I'm really not. Everything that I'm putting out there is unique. All right. Okay, got you on that one. You know who I'm talking about. Can you put David B's website back on the chat box, please? Okay, it's let's see if I can. I'll just go up here and tell you his website. David and I work together. It's David McBee, MCBEE.com. Let's see if I just drop that in the chat box. He's got quite a bit of good stuff on there. So Send to all. So that's David's website. Um, all right. Yep. From Giselle. What directory did you just recommend? Well, these are the directories I will recommend. Yahoo directory, $2.95 a year. Best of the web, botw.org. Best of the web. If you go to SEO training or SEO tips, and you search back maybe a couple months ago, we have like a discount code or something like that you could use that give you, and you could get you have choice number one. I think it's like $195 a year or something like that, or you could get for X amount of money a lifetime link. Um, just let's see if I could do best of the web in here. BOTW. Hopefully my search box works, right? Do a search on it and see if we find that particular article. Okay, so I think it's this one right here, the Google Penguin update. Maybe it's in there, but anyway, it's on our site, so just look for it. Questions report. Yeah, I'll try to find it in that. All right, right here, number 6. If you use that link right there, Best of the Web, that will send you to a unique page on Best of the Web where you can get a special deal where they discount it, or at least they were discounting it. Next question. What about blog comments? Blog comments work, Mike, as long as they're in the same niche as yours. All right. Radar detectors. All right. That's my forte. I'll try to find blogs that have something to do with radar detectors. The moment I go to something that's outside my niche, it ain't going to work. But also, Michael and other people on this call, something you have to look at before you even post. Look at what the other links are. If you see links going to payday loans, if you see links going to Viagra, if you see other links going to other places that are outside that niche, if it looks like a spammy blog, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time because you just canceled out your link. All right. So take the time, look what other links are on that particular page. So do it. They work, and they're still very, very effective. Most blog comments are no follow links. You need to have some no follow links sprinkled in. You don't want all your links, incoming links, to be follow links. Those of you not familiar with no follow links, basically, a no follow link's not going to pass on any link juice to you. But Google's still going to follow that. They still account for something. And again, the most important part is look at the other links that are on that particular page. If they're outside your niche, going to what I would say is a nasty neighborhood, don't even bother with it. All right. Are 5 to 10 niche sites still relevant anymore? Yeah, if you have good quality backlinks and your content is good. If you have a 5 to 10 page brochure site, no, it ain't gonna work. If you got some good content up there, yeah, it still work. You still want to get some good content up there. You just don't want to forget it and leave it alone. I know a couple people right now that are just going to roll over their grave when I say this, just because they've heard me say it so much. But basically, the moment you stop showing your website love is the moment that Google is going to stop showing your website love. Okay. So you just don't come up with a 5 or 10 page website and put it up there and forget about it. Because it might work for a couple weeks, a couple months, but this is not going to be a legacy website. You still need to feed it. All right. The moment you stop feeding your website content, backlinks, social media likes, and things like that, the moment it's going to die. What kind of tool do you use for affiliate programs? Not sure if I understand your question, Jim, but I think I didn't talk about this a little bit, how I do my 301 redirects. And let me talk about two things. Let me just kind of show you some stuff I'm doing on radardetector.org, because that site's doing very, very well for me. Radardetector.org. I can sell. May 29th, my no compete ended, so I can go out there and actually start selling radar detectors on this website. But really, I'm too lazy to do that because I don't want to start packing boxes again. It's a lot easier to let somebody else pack the boxes. So anyway, this is what's something that's really kicking out of the box. Now, I'm going to share this with you guys because it's kicking butt. All right, this is my website, radardetector.org, and right now I'm giving away a free laser jammer. All right, this is a $600 laser jammer. All right, and I'm going to be giving that away on September 25th. More info, click here. So let's click here and see what it does. All right, what it's going to do. This is the contest. Basically, you get points you get 100 points if you like my Facebook page. If you use if you comment on Facebook with my contest, my link, you get 200 points. I post on my Facebook wall, you get 300 points. Blah blah blah. You get all these points. All right. I started this contest 1 week ago. All right. This contest is only a week old. I don't know how many people. Let me click on this and see how many people I have that's signed up for this contest. All right. So right now, this guy's earned 1,514 points. All right. These are all the people that have entered my contest. These are all building links to my website, guys. All right. They're tweeting on Twitter. They're Facebook liking me. They're doing something. All right. So right now, I got like 200 some odd people, 300 people that are going out and doing this. I did this in December, and I built up somewhere in the neighborhood of 250,000 social media backlinks to this website, radardetector.org. All right. And all I had to do was give away a $1,100 radar detector. This contest, I'm giving away a $600 laser jammer. And I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'll build up a couple 100,000 backlinks to my website, all social media. These are all YouTube links, Twitter links, Facebook links, Facebook likes, Facebook shares, digs, whatever. And so anyway, that's that. As far as how I'm masking my affiliate link, it's a program called, excuse me, let me get a drink of water. I'm using gotrythis.com. If you do sign up, just send them a little note that I referred you. I'm not getting any affiliate commission, but I'd like to know where all these people are coming from. And what that does, it basically, I don't want to say fools Google into showing that I don't have an affiliate link, but it kind of masks it a little bit. What's also good about it, you always, you want to make sure that you just don't send, or, you want to have some sort of accounting what was going out from your site if you're an affiliate, how many times this link was linked out to. So anyway, it just helps you out. It's like $14 a month. All right. So that's the program I use for that. And it kind of helps me stay under the radar if you bit. Well, there'll be a replay. Yes. It took 35 minutes for GoToWebinar to let you on. I'm sorry, Paul, but yeah, we'll have a replay on this. It should be up here within the next few days. I'll send out an email. Those of you that subscribe to our SEO tip of the week, you'll get an email. Those of you that have not subscribed, please consider. I'm not going to spam you. I hate spam as much as you do, guys. But if you're not signed up for our once a week, I send you an email. Hey, we got a webinar, we got this, or something like that. This is what's going on. So just and you also get our premium content. That's our free videos, our free training videos, because we got a bunch of free training videos. Just sign up, just register right here if you're not already registered. The moment I get this replay up there, I'll email everybody to let them know that's out there. Thank you for Paul for that. Paul, where can you get an FTC disclosure for your website? Jeanette, do you want to cover that?
Actually, if you just go over to the, there's a couple different places you can get them. I'm trying to think of the name of the one, but
this is my.
If you go to just do a search in FTC disclosure, you'll see the some stuff from Search Engine Land. There's a good article on it there.
Those of you.
You should have a website link on your blog somewhere for those.
I have it someplace. I just don't know where it's at. But if you go to my website, just here, go to www.disclosurepolicy.org. All right. This is where I got mine written up. And where you find that, just go right here to the bottom of SEO training, sw.com. Click on this little link here that says earnings disclaimer. And that's going to bring up my FTC disclosure. And then you could go to this website here and you type in a couple little boxes and it writes you one. All right, real easy. This is something Google's looking for, guys, in Penguin. Paul, you stole a little bit of my thunder for our workshop, just a little bit. This is something that Penguin's going to be looking at. You have an FTC earnings disclaimer on your website. So thank you, Paul, for stealing my thunder for next Saturday. Jim Smith, what's a good way to make an infographics by yourself? I don't know, because I stink at graphics. I do all right. Just type in infographics, look at some of the other stuff out there. I use Photoshop if I'm doing anything in graphics at all. I really don't know if the professionals use Photoshop. I'm trying to, there's that cloud sourcing. There's a couple cloud sourcing outfits out there. Jeanette, I can't think of the cloud sourcing. I haven't used them in a while. Jeanette, do you remember the cloud sourcing? They do cloud sourcing for websites. If somebody remembers,
no, but I know that 99 Designs does infographics as well.
There you go. 99 Designs. Basically, you go there and you would bid on it, and somebody would come up with one. I tried Fiverr. I haven't found anybody good on Fiverr. The person I'm using right now, if we wireframe it, I give them the wireframe. I'm looking at about $1,000 typically for a good infographic. If I just pick up the phone and say, do me an infographic on radar detectors, how not to get a speeding ticket, they're going to tell me about $2,500 or $3,000. How to do one yourself? I don't have a clue. All right, this is from Mike. I understand that private blog networks no longer work. What about Authority Link Network? I'm not familiar with what you're talking about, an Authority Link Network. If it's something out there that full Google ain't going to work anymore. Private blog networks don't work anymore. If it's something out there to scam Google, Google's going to find out about it and turn it off. Hope that answers your question, Mike, because I'm not really sure what you mean by Authority Link Network. If you're going out there by hand finding other people in your niche, Michael, has to be in your niche. Look on that particular page. If you see links that are not associated with your niche, don't even bother getting a link. Steve, has Penguin targeted any specific vertical or niches or all vertical equally? They basically, in the US, 3.5 websites got nailed down. It was very, very fluctual at the beginning. At the beginning of Penguin, Viagra.com actually got knocked out. If you did a search for Viagra, Viagra.com, I think was like on the 88th page. So they got penalized. Of course, Viagra.com called them up or spoke to somebody over there and said, hey, we're on the 88th page and we're the expert in this guy's stuff. So they got put back in there. So yeah, they hit kind of everything. They hit the radar detector niche. I know that. They hit the travel industry. I know that. Every niche that I could think of, they hit. And some countries, they hit more than others. All right. Depends on how heavily spammed the good was. Mark, what percentage of inbound links should have the no follow tag? I don't know. Try to appear natural. I'm going to say a greater percentage. For me to give you the Mac Cuts answer, I don't know. I'm just going to give you my best guesstimate. And I'm going to say a greater percentage of your backlinks should be no follow links right now because of Penguin. I'll tell you this, a much greater percentage. I'm going to say 65% of your backlinks right now, if you're trying to dilute your profile, should be your branded term, your brand. So if you're into SEO training, the name of your SEO training, sw.com. Unfortunate because SEO training is in that domain name. All right. SEO roadmap. All right. SEO is in that. That's my brand. Radardetector.org is my brand. So, think about your brand and start focusing on getting backlinks on your brand to kind of dilute that ice cream sundae. So focus on no follow links. Focus on lower page ranks. Mark, I know where exactly you're coming from. I think because you're the one of the people I refer to that typically went out there and targeted those high PR websites. Um, so I'm going to say, Mark, right now, go out and target some of those lower PR websites. Try to make your link profile look little bit more natural. Focus on getting some branded terms going to those particular websites, name of your company, and focus on some of that stuff. What about link velocity? How many links per day is too much? Look at the average for your niche. Good question, Paul. Look for the average of your niche. And that's, again, I didn't mention this, but this is really important. Penguin is looking at what the velocity or what's going on in your particular niche. So for me, radar detectors, it's looking at what's happening with these other websites that are ranked in the top, couple pages of Google. What's their link velocity? What are you doing that's so different than everybody else? Don't stand out from the crowd. All right? It's the bottom line in your niche. You want everything to appear natural. So it all depends on your niche, Paul. Look at your niche, see what's happening in your niche, do a backlink report on your competitors. Also do a backlink report on you guys. The negative SEO, there's still debate out there. I'm going to be still cautious on who's linking to me and why. All right. Because as I'm diluting all my bad links, somebody else might be back there, putting more bad links in, right? And that happened at the beginning of Penguin. I'm sure it's still happening today. So, every couple of weeks I'll run my link profile up and I'll look to see if there's anything new that I didn't put there. And if there is, I'm going to start wondering why. Okay. Michael Smith is developing a new website. Do you have any recommended designers for a WordPress site? Crowdsourcing 99 Designs. If you're going to do some cloud sourcing, I pick out a particular designer. No. Because if I do, I'm not going to be able to use them anymore. Because everybody on this call is going to be using them. We do have our own in-house designers. We do outsource with particular designers, and they're very busy. Just the type of work we send them. Jeanette, is there anybody you would want to recommend that might need some work?
Not offhand. I like 99 Designs. There are so many different templates out there that you can use, the Flex themes, the Woo themes, that actually make customizing your WordPress site very easy.
Okay. Jim Smith, obviously the old SEO things brought down the site's ranking. What can we do so what's being taught today doesn't end up in the Google Zoo in the future? Do what Matt Cutts would do. And just take a look at Matt Cutts' blog. Take a look at what the emails that Matt Cutts sends out. When Matt Cutts writes something on his blog, he has a tendency to link out to other websites. Link out. All right. Go, look at your website. What are some niches that you can link out onto your website that are relevant to your niches? Do what Matt Cutts would do. Look at what Matt Cutts is doing on his blog. Look what Matt Cutts is doing in his emails. Do what Matt Cutts would do, and you're not going to get spanked down. Look where Google's moving towards. Google's moving towards mobile. All right. That's very important in Google's thing. Google's moving towards more to local. So start moving into local. Act natural. Go where Google's going a year from today. Cut Google off at the pass. Everything that's in Google's portfolio right now is going to eventually fall into Penguin. YouTube is getting, if you're spamming YouTube, you're going to be knocked out of Penguin. Right now, the Wild West of the only Google properties that I'm seeing is Google Plus. So you still can perhaps get away with some stuff in Google Plus. Don't quote me on that. Those of you that want to know more about Google Plus, again, I'm going to invite you to the webinar tomorrow and listen to our Google Plus expert, and get those tips. Will you be recording this? The workshop on the 28th? Yes, but the people that are going to be in attendance are going to be held private. So if you're going to be attending the workshop, I'm not going to take any videos of you in the workshop. So it's not going to be, you're going to get a segment. We're going to record that workshop. We're going to have it on our website. You can purchase what we're going to be teaching. It's not going to be a week after the workshop, 2 weeks, a month. Maybe you're probably looking at 6 weeks afterwards. And any of the attendees in the workshop are not going to be recorded just because of the privacy issues on this particular workshop, because we're going to have a number of folks there that have had their websites penalized by Penguin. So you're not going to see how we worked through and fixed up what we're fixing up in that class. And that's probably going to be about half the class. So you're going to miss out by not attending the workshop about 50% of it. We plan on selling that for about $97 from that workshop. And again, it's not going to be available for at least 6 to 8 weeks out. If you can make the workshop, by all means do. It's not very expensive. It's $297, I believe it is. Yeah, we're out here in nowhere's land. We're about 60 miles outside of Phoenix, but you get to drink some beer, eat some good food, and intermingle with some other people in your industry. Jim Smith, what kind of tool do you use for affiliate programs so they are hidden from Google? Again, I use Go Try This for my backlinking. You mentioned purchasing links for $290, $300 per link, whether with cash or a product. Is that only for the premium links or all links? Alex, it all matters. It depends. This is what, if that link is important enough to me, I'll negotiate with them. Some links I pay $25 for, or it might be something. I'm not going to trade links. I'm not going to go and call them up, hey, or send them an email. I'll put a link on your site to your site if you put a link on my site. No, I'm not going to do that, because the moment that happens, we cancel each other's links. So the reciprocal linking does not work anymore. Please don't waste your time. You need to get one-way links linking to you. How much they cost, that's all negotiable. Type in whatever your keyword term is into Google. Go to, if that site is indexed in Google, it's going to get crawled. You might look at the cache date of that particular. How often is that page being cached? I'm going to look at that cache date. The cache date is very important. Those of you don't, let me bring up show you what I mean about this. All right. Let me get this fit in here so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Let's go to SEO training. All right. And what I'll do, here's the PageRank tool. I could write on it. What do you see right over here? The cache, there it is. Okay. So here's the cache date, July 8th. All right. So this page was cached a few days ago. That's going to be very important to me, because I'm not, if I'm getting a link on a page that hasn't been cached in the last 6 months, it's not going to be important. Right? I'm not going to waste my time or money. If I see a page that's being cached, put in Google's cache every day, and it has good authority, I'll be paying more for this. If I see that that page hasn't been cached in 6 months, it might be a $10 link, because it's going to take 10 months for that Google to come back and cache that page. It's all negotiable. Thank you for reminding me on this, to show you this, because this is something I failed to put in the presentation. But look at the cache date that's up there. It's going to tell you how valuable that page is moving forward. So Alex, thanks. Another question from Alex. When we write guest posts, do you recommend linking to the exact term you're trying to rank for, or to a bit to prevent Google from thinking you're buying links? I don't want, well, Google really doesn't, get out of this thing about buying links. All right. It's got a bad stigma out there. And if you, if you negotiate properly, I don't want to say buying links. I don't recommend going to link programming things and stuff like that. Pick up the phone. What you negotiate is between you and that other person on the other phone. Um, Spend the time to do this. Write good, you know, write a negotiate, contact somebody in your niche. Hey, you got a great blog. I would like to write a guest post for you. I will pay you, or I will give you, or you can write it. Don't don't do the swap because that's going to knock each other out. Try to negotiate something. I don't know, whatever you negotiate, and try to come up with something. He might just want some good content on his website. He might not have written anything on his blog in the last 7 months, and he'd be, oh yeah, you could just write me something. We come into that quite often. Yeah, I haven't been able to keep my blog up, and I'll be also honest with you. We've also bought blogs. All right, I'll or websites. I'll type in a keyword term, and the person might have just f- forgot about it. It might be it might even be Squidoo. We purchased Squidoo lenses. We purchased Hub Pages. People that forgot this, they put it up there. It's still in the Google index. So instead of buying the link, I'll say, hey, look, you got this page here. You haven't done anything with it in a year. You're not doing anything any longer. Would you sell me that Squidoo lens for $25? Now it's get the username and password. You might end up buying more than that one. You might buy the person's actual account. We've done that. So just get rid of this thought process of this is all about buying links, because it really isn't. Um, we've bought actual websites, hey, for very, very nominal fees because the person just doesn't want to do it anymore. They have other interests. They're going to let the domain expire. And so we've picked up websites as cheap as $50 that are ranking in Google, within the top 50 pages of Google. And that's a very, very effective link for some of our clients. It's worked out real well for them. Kevin, what are the 3 SEO tools that you use of order of importance? Right here, Michael Marshall's program. And if you go to Michael Marshall's website, Jeanette, do you remember what Michael's selling this for on his website? It's like $500 a month or something like that.
It's roughly about that, yeah,
Yeah.
for a
So if you go
subscription
directly to
for
Michael's,
with his website.
if you go directly to Michael's website, you're paying a monthly subscription. Michael is a friend of Jeanette's and mine. We've worked out a little deal, and this is SEO Scout, SEO Recon, and then SEO Recon is basically a good intelligence tool. SEO Scout for latent semantic indexing. If you want to spend the time, watch this little video. It's about an hour video. So, bring some popcorn, bring some beer, watch the video. That's what I use as far as my SEO tools. We use this for, most of our clients that we work with on a monthly basis. This is the tool of choice that we use. You pay $3.97. It's a lifetime charge. It only works on Windows machines. Well, it only works on Windows. So if you have a Mac, you need to have the Windows whatever installed on your Mac. How I use is I have a virtual server that's Mac or the Windows virtual server, and so our team, outsourcers or contractors, I should say, will log in and use that. So that's that program. What about links from videos, press releases, bookmarks? Okay, let's talk about videos first. YouTube videos are very, very effective. And let me share something with you again. I wasn't planning on doing this. I know we're going over long here, but I think this is a very important webinar. So let me go to my YouTube channel here. I'll give you a little tip on linking to your YouTube videos. All right, just type in Radar Roy, and we're logged in. That's another one of my YouTube videos. Just show you some of how I'm linking. Here's my Radar Roy YouTube channel, and let me show you one of the latest videos. How I link. I actually put the link to the website as the first bit of content is the link to my website, which a lot of you I know are already doing. But I also put a second link in there. And that's the actual link. The last thing on that particular, the last thing, let me just put that phone off here. I get somebody calling here. The last thing in there is the link to that actual video. So I'll grab that link to that video. I'm using up too much bandwidth. So I'll grab whatever link is on that particular video and I'll add that to the end of my description. That way, if anybody scrapes that link, which they will do, I have a backlink to that particular video. So there's two links on there. Again, the link to my website is the first bit of content. If you just go to Radar Roy's YouTube channel, you look at my latest videos, you can see how I do that. And then the last bit of content is a link, the same exact link that goes to that video, just because I know people are going to be scraping that. Press releases are good for building your brand. Don't bother using keywords. I will not send out a press release with any keywords in it anymore, like radar detectors or SEO training. I'll build the brand. I'll use press releases, PR press releases, for SEO training, SW, for the SEO roadmap, and I'll have just a straight http://www website. That's it. And that's for building my brand. To wash out or dilute the other bad links that might be out there. That's the only reason I'm still using that. Local directories affected by Penguin. I don't know. I haven't looked at any local sites or directories, Steve. So I don't know the answer to that question. This is a private one here. Alex, could you just email that one to me, Roy at SEOtrainingsw.com. I'll answer it. If there's anything you want to ask me privately, go ahead and do that. If hosting multiple websites from different niches using the same account from a hosting company, how will that affect rankings? Just make sure that you're not using the same IP address. GoDaddy's notorious for this. You don't want to have your website listed with 1 million other websites. Make sure you're on a different IP address. If you're in the same niche, try to make sure you're in a different C class. How do you figure out link velocity? Mike, again, I don't know. I just try to figure out what your competitors are doing. Try to stay within that. I got a couple thank yous in here. Are you paying for website wide links? Oh, well, okay. SiteLight. What you're talking about, site links. You get a link on a website site wide. I don't bother with that's a big no right now with Penguin. Basically, like if you go to you find a WordPress blog, you used to get a site wide link. You could buy a site wide. They were very effective. They don't work. I don't see. I don't bother with site like links. I'm just going to say that. You want a link on a particular page, if it's in the content of an article, is the most powerful. And look at the text that's surrounding that particular link. So if your link has something to say with radar detectors or whatever it is, look at the content, make sure the content is targeting that. You don't want to have a link that says radar detectors on a page that has something to do with dog training. And that's what a lot of those blog networks that were out there, that's exactly what they're doing. They drop your radar detector link into an article that was about dog training. Make sure that you look at what's the surrounding text. How do you find out about the data to cache? The way I did it was real easy. Just again, how I do it. Let me go over here, show you this again. I use the Google PageRank tool right there, and just click on. It's going on the YouTube here, and it'll give you the PageRank, the information on that, and it'll also give you the cache date. There's also the cache command that you could type into the Google bar. I forgot what it was. I got a 404 error, so they're not allowing that to happen. But that's the quick and easy, dirty way to do it. Just get the Google toolbar. What about syndicated content or syndicated video on YouTube, 30 or so other video sites? Syndication works great. Syndicating your content works great. Just don't put any syndicated content on your website. So make sure all the content on your site is unique, and then syndicate the hell out of your content. Get all your content out there, everybody else. You're going to be thinking right now, well, how about duplicate content, Roy? But before you syndicate it, put it into Google+. So you write an article, you write a post, you put something on your website, go to Google+, put a link to it, talk about what you just put up there. Google now will crawl that. It gives you right to publish. It gives you first publication rights. So everybody else that duplicates your content, syndicates your content, fine. All right. You're still given the authorship on that. Just don't syndicate anybody else's stuff. YouTube videos will work though. Just try to get your own content out there. Try not to put other syndicated content out there. Bookmarks still good? Yeah. Bookmarks are still working. We're using those in the link wheels. They still are working. Regedit, Dig, those are the two ones we focus on. Mike, thanks guys. Thank you. Dick came in late. Will this webinar recording be posted on your site? Yes. I should have it up on the next couple days, I'm hoping. How do you get your photo and stars in the search results listings? Well, that's a plugin we're using. Jeanette, you want to talk about that plugin that we got on our website? Because you put it on there, actually.
Yeah, I did. There's actually several different plugins that we use. One plugins we use for the stars is GD Star Rating, and that's a free plugin. When you look at search results, you'll see for certain posts or pages, you'll see those little star ratings above them, and that's from people actually voting and rating your site. And then the other plugin that we like to use to give the relative author link is Cool Author Box, but I have some special instructions that you have to follow, and that was actually in a previous webinar we did.
Yeah, I have the previous webinar on the screen right now. Jeanette did a webinar back on earlier last month. It's a 60-minute webinar. It goes through all the plugins Jeanette is recommending that we're using, and just watch the webinar here. All right, and we also have the right here are the links directly to those. If you don't want to watch the webinar, you just got to figure out how to install them and configure them by yourself. But there's a 60-minute webinar right there that's going to answer that question. Thank you, Roger, for that. Great stuff. Jim, thank you, Jim. Paul, can you purchase Facebook likes, retweets, real human YouTube views? I guess you can. I don't personally. I belong, again, what we're doing is we have a network that I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. It's a private network, SEOs, group of search engine optimizers, SEOs. If you're in the SEO industry, meaning that you do SEO for a living, if you contact me directly, I can give you information about it. If you're just a regular user, I'm not going to give you that information. We can do stuff for you, but it's very, very closed. I'll be totally honest with you because we don't want it to get leaked out. Can you purchase them? Yeah, you could go to Fiverr. Are they worth anything? No. Wild submission, wiki submissions, okay, yeah. Wiki submissions are fine, but again, don't focus on just wiki submissions. One of the things I mentioned in here is try to get everything you possibly can. Wiki submission, blog posts, diversify. Let's say 2 weeks this month you're going to work on wiki submissions. 2 weeks this month you might work on YouTube this, or just go down the list and go through the different ones that are out there. And I think that's the last question I have. Jeanette, do you want to pick a winner?
Yeah, Paul actually had several questions that were really good.
Okay, Paul, do me a favor. Send me an email at roy@seotrainingsw.com. We'll put you into our webmaster network, and we'll get you those 10 tweets and 10 Facebook likes for whatever particular page. It has to be one page. I'll put it into our webmaster network. Again, guys, if you want to learn more, might have joined late. We have the webinar. The webinar will be available for replay Let me get a drink of water here real quick. If you want your site reviewed, if you want a client's website reviewed, we do this a lot for SEO agencies. The SEO agency might charge $500, and we'll do $397, and we'll play the part that we work for your agency. We do that for a number of SEO agencies actually, so we could do that. $397 is the 90 minutes. You'll have that recorded. And then again, we got our workshop. We got our workshop next Saturday. It's out here in Arizona, Morristown, Arizona. We're basically, those of you that might be coming in from out of state, we're 65 miles northwest of Phoenix. No, there's no train, there's no bus, there's no taxi out here. If you do come out from out of state, you're going to have to rent a car. There's some good motels around in the area up in Wickenburg and Surprise. We're just going to have one day of just Google Penguin. We're going to hit it real hard. If you're not happy with the class, I'll refund your money. All right. Every time we have a workshop, if anybody's unhappy with what you get out of the class, I'll give you a refund at the end of the day. If you say, Roy, this class sucked, I'll refund your money. I promise you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to learn a lot. Hey guys, thank you very much. I know we went a little bit over. This is almost an hour and 41-minute webinar. But again, I thought this was a very, very important subject, something I wanted to cover. Just because of this penguin, there's a lot of bullshit out there, and we be very upfront, and hopefully we cleared up a lot of this bull crap for you. This is Roy Ryer, and also Jeanette Degner. Thank you for being with us this evening. And best of luck with you and getting through this. If you guys have been penalized, give it your best, and we're here to help you if you need any help from us. Have a great night, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.